Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Lexi and today it is time for my July wrap up and August TBR. So let's just chat about these books. The first book I read in July was Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, and I honestly went into this not really expecting too much, but I really wanted to read her newest release and my brain was like, read all of her other books first. So I read this one and I was so happy with it. I ended up giving it a 4 stars and I really enjoyed this book. It is definitely a cute little summer rom-com. If you liked Love in Other Words, I highly recommend you pick this book up if you want another summer romance. The characters feel very similar but different enough where I still feel like I enjoyed a different story, and I just had a really fun time reading this and it was just so freaking cute. I will say it didn't get a 5-star because there is a situation that happens that I won't talk about too much that I didn't love. But other than that, it was a really cute summer read and I highly recommend this book if you're looking for a cutie summer book. Right after I finished that one, I picked up Meet Me at the Lake, which is again also by Carly Fortune. And I didn't like this one as much. I just feel like the characters didn't have as much chemistry and I didn't like them together as much as the characters in the other book. But I still gave it a 3 stars. It was really cute. It just didn't hit the same. What I really like about these two books specifically anyway is they're not super spicy, and the scenes that do have some spice are very short and very skippable, so that made it really enjoyable for me. But I would overall recommend this one. I just didn't enjoy it as much, but I will definitely be continuing Carly Fortune's books in August. Next I read Flawless by Elsie Silver, and I ended up giving this book a 2 stars. I don't want to talk too much in depth about it because I do have a whole vlog me talking about this book, but overall, me and Elsie Silver, we just don't go good together. I've realized her spice, I don't enjoy it. I don't like how her characters are really immature, and we're just done. My Elsie Silver journey is complete after Flawless, and I don't have too much to add to that. Then I read My Friends by Frederick Bachman. This was my in-person book club's July pick, and I went in with kind of high expectations because I really loved Anxious People, and I went in thinking it was gonna be a summary book, and I don't know what made me think that except for just the cover, because Frederick Bachman's not known to write cutie books. I liked this book. I gave it 4 stars. Let me preface by saying that. But if you watched my vlog, you know that I was struggling reading this just because I wasn't in the mood for a thought-provoking book, and that's exactly what this book is. You are gonna think in this book, you are gonna feel emotions, and you have to use brain power for this, and I was not vibing with it. That doesn't mean it wasn't a bad book. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the message this book brought, but I just wasn't vibing with it. So I gave it a 4 stars because the story is good. The writing is good. I liked the character development, but I just wasn't... It honestly could have been a 5-star if I read it at a different time of year, and I probably will reread this at some point, but just wasn't the move for summer. This is probably my most disappointing read of maybe the whole year, but Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I ended up giving a 1 star in DNFing at 75%, 75%, something like that. And I was so devastated about this because I loved Six of Crows. I gave that book 5 stars. I had been thinking about it basically nonstop since I finished it. And then I read Crooked Kingdom and I just was what is happening? Who are these people? And I just had to put it down. It might just be because I've not had an ounce of fantasy in me. I haven't wanted to read fantasy at all. So it could have been that I just was not having a good time, and I ultimately was I have to stop reading this or I'm gonna hate everything. So I stopped reading it. The last book I read in July was a complete shock to me, and that was Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I had been putting this book off for so long, y'all, so long, and I had been seeing it on TikTok and someone in my close circle read it and liked it, and so I was let me finally give it a try, and I was floored, y'all. Floored. 4.5 stars. Absolutely devoured it. I stayed up till 2 a.m. reading it one night, and I cannot remember the last time I did that. I was like, I cannot put this freaking book down. And it's not even like the writing is good. Let me just preface that. The writing is not good. It's very Wattpad style drama, but like the drama is there, the character development is there, the character relationships is there, and that's everything I was craving. So it was so good. Definitely check the trigger warnings. It can be very triggering. I'm sure there's a lot of very hard things happening to these characters. But if it's something you've been looking into, I would highly recommend this book. It was amazing, and I'm already reading the second book, and I was just so floored by this. I cannot wait to continue the series, but I'm also absolutely terrified because I just know these characters are going to go through it, and I just want to like hold them and protect them all with my whole being. And they just feel real. I would describe the feeling of reading Binding 13 to very similar as Magnolia Parks. Like, the authors of both of those series, they do a great job of making the characters feel real. And then you realize they're not, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, these aren't real people, but they feel so real to you, and I really, really love that. That was my July wrap up. Now it's time to talk about my August TBR. Kind of just talked about this, but I'm reading Keeping 13. I am like just about 200 pages in, and I'm absolutely devouring it. I love that it picks up right after Binding 13, and the story just completely flows. There's not a lot of like slumpiness feeling in it yet, so I'm very excited to be reading this, and I'm just eating it up, like truly. I'm putting these books together, but I would like to read This Summer Will Be Different and One Golden Summer, both by Carly Fortune. This would complete my Carly Fortune journey, and I'm so here for it. And I also think if I don't read these in August, I probably wouldn't want to pick them back up till next summer. So these are definitely high on my TBR this month, and I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait, especially for One Golden Summer. I just can't wait. Next, I have The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. If you haven't pieced together, this is definitely like a rom-com summer for me. I just want all the cute summer romances, and this one is definitely, again, high on the TBR list. I've heard very good things about it from people like I trust with their book reviews, and I just cannot wait to get into it. I don't know too much about it, but I typically like to go into my books pretty blind, so I didn't read the back of it. I just trusted that my sister-in-law wouldn't steer me wrong. So I have The Great Misfortune of Stella Sedgwick. This was actually sent to me, and I have been eyeing it for a little bit now since I got it, and it just seems like cute. Like the cover seems like kind of summery and really pretty, and from what I understand, it's like a YA Bridgerton, which I'm absolutely here for. I've been loving the Renaissance era like TV shows and stuff since I watched Bridgerton. So I'm very excited to read this. I don't know much other than that, but I think it'll be a very cute read. Next, I have These Summer Storms. I, again, don't know anything about this, but I picked it for my Book of the Month pick, and I think if I don't read it in August, I'm not going to read it till next summer because, like, why would I read a summer book in September when September is fall for me? So I am putting this on my TBR because it just has to get read or like it just won't happen. So I don't know what it's about. I believe it's a literary fiction, but that's about all I know. And I'm kind of excited for it. I haven't heard it talked about, so I'd like to see what it's all about. Kind of on the same trend of that, The Summer We Ran, Book of the Month pick. It says summer in the title, so if I don't read it in August, I'm not going to read it. I did see Sarah Caroli read this, and she seemed to like it, so that makes me excited for it, but I, again, haven't seen it talked about too much other than one Sarah Caroli video, so I am pretty excited to see what this is potentially all about. Next, I have The Time of My Life by Jessa Hastings. This is my in-person book club August pick, and I'm pretty excited about this. I've only read Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings, but I really want to read this and Conditions of Will. They're both on Kindle Unlimited, so I may try to read both of them this month. I'm not too sure, but I for sure will be reading The Time of My Life, which I'm really excited about. I think it's like an older generation like love story, and I'm knowing Jessa Hastings, it's much more than that, but I'm very excited to see what it's all about and to read something other than Magnolia Parks by her. I think it'll be super fun, and I'm just really curious. Like, I don't really know what to expect, but I can't wait for it. Okay, y'all, that was my July wrap-up and August TBR. If you watched this far, thank you so much. You guys know it means the most. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things, and I hope you guys all have a blessed Tuesday. Bye!